Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that could change the way you see your whole life. The moment you start comparing yourself to somebody else, you rob yourself of joy. You steal your own peace. You destroy the very thing that makes you unique. See, comparison is a trap. It's a trick from the enemy to get you so distracted, so caught up in what someone else has, that you completely miss what God has already done in your life. We all do it. You scroll through Instagram, see your friends buying new cars, moving into houses, posting their engagement photos, their vacations in Dubai, the new job title. And suddenly, you look at your life and start feeling like you're not doing enough, like you're behind, like maybe you messed up somewhere along the way. But let me break it down for you. You don't know the whole story. You don't know what that person had to go through to get what they got. You don't know the sleepless nights, the silent tears, the sacrifices they had to make. Or maybe, and this part's even more important, maybe what they have wasn't even meant for you in the first place. See, God custom designed your path. He handcrafted your blessings. That means what's for you is for you. It don't matter how successful somebody else is. Their success is not your failure. That's one of the biggest lies the world will tell you. Just because they're winning doesn't mean you're losing. Life is not a competition. It's not a race. And even if it was a race, you can't win looking at somebody else's lane. Imagine a runner looking left and right while they're sprinting. What happens? They lose speed. They lose balance. They lose focus. That's what comparison does. You're out here trying to build something for yourself, trying to grow, trying to evolve, but you keep looking around like, they're ahead of me. They're doing better than me. And now you're walking instead of running, doubting instead of building, crying instead of trusting. I used to do it too. Early in my career, I'd watch other comedians blowing up, getting shows, doing movies, traveling the world, and I'm sitting there broke, sleeping in my car, wondering, God, when is it my turn? But what I didn't know at the time was God was preparing me. He was teaching me. He was pruning me. Because what he had for me needed a different kind of foundation. If I had rushed into success just because somebody else got there first, I would have collapsed under the pressure. I wasn't ready yet, and God knew that. So many people spend their whole lives chasing someone else's life. You try to dress like them, you try to talk like them, you try to build the same kind of business, get the same kind of car, live in the same kind of neighborhood. But guess what? Even if you get all that, it still won't fulfill you because it was never meant to. You were never meant to live their life. You were meant to live yours. You ever seen a rose compare itself to a sunflower? No. They both bloom and they both do it beautifully, but in their own time, in their own way. That's how life works. You don't have to look like anybody else to be valuable. You don't have to move like anybody else to be successful. You just have to stay true to who you are. And let me say this, social media makes this whole thing even harder because what you're seeing on those feeds ain't real life. It's a highlight reel. People don't post their failures, their breakdowns, their mistakes. They don't show you the argument they had with their spouse or how scared they were to start that business. All you see is the shine, never the struggle. And then you take their filtered life and compare it to your behind-the-scenes mess, and of course, it don't match up. It's not supposed to. Comparison will have you asking God for someone else's blessing, not realizing that what he has for you is greater, but you'll never receive it if your hands are too full chasing what wasn't meant for you. You got to empty your hands of comparison so you can receive your own blessing. You got to learn to appreciate what you have. You may not be where you want to be yet, but that doesn't mean you're not making progress. Celebrate your small wins. Give yourself credit for how far you've come. You're doing better than you think you are. You survived things that were meant to break you. You kept going when others quit. You woke up this morning with breath in your lungs. That's already a blessing. Don't let what somebody else has make you feel like what you have isn't enough. Don't let someone else's success make you question your journey. Your story is unfolding exactly the way it's supposed to, and let me tell you, God ain't done with you yet. So stop looking to the left and the right. Eyes on your lane, stay focused, stay faithful, and above all, stay grateful. Because the moment you stop comparing is the moment you start living. You know, one of the hardest things for people to accept is that their journey is their own. We live in a world where everybody wants to arrive at success fast, where everybody wants to be rich by 25, married by 30, and a millionaire by 35. We put these timelines on ourselves based on what we see other people doing. And when we don't hit those milestones at the same time they do, we start thinking we failed. But let me tell you something today. Your journey is not supposed to look like anybody else's. It's not supposed to happen on their schedule. It's yours. It's personal, and it's powerful. You got to stop thinking God forgot about you just because somebody else is winning right now. Just because your friend got that promotion before you. Just because your cousin bought a house and you're still paying rent. Just because they got married and you're still single. That doesn't mean you're off track. That doesn't mean you're behind. You're just on your own journey. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. Let me break this down for you. When you start comparing timelines, you forget about the difference in destinations. See, some people are going down the street and some people are going across the country. Now, if you're driving across the country, of course it's going to take longer. There's more preparation. There's more to learn. There's more to carry. So stop beating yourself up because your journey is taking time. It's not taking too long. It's just taking what it needs. You ever notice how when you're in a rush, you miss stuff? You leave your keys behind, forget your wallet, wear 2 different socks? That's how life works too. When you try to rush your growth, you skip over the very experiences you need to build the character, the strength, and the wisdom that's required for your next level. You want $1 million life, but you don't want to take time to become the kind of person who can handle it. You want a successful business, but you don't want to go through the hard days when nobody's buying. You want true love, but you don't want to take time to heal from your past. That's not how it works. You got to walk your walk, not sprint through it. And let me tell you, I've seen people hit success early, and I've seen what happens when they weren't ready. They lose it. They crumble. They self-destruct. Because what you rush into, you often crash out of. That's why you have to honor your timing. That's why your journey matters. You don't just want the blessing, you want the foundation that holds it up. I remember sleeping in my car, 1976 Ford Tempo. Wasn't no air conditioning, wasn't no bed, wasn't no Wi-Fi. I was broke, I was hungry, and I was questioning everything. Why am I going through this? Why hasn't it happened for me yet? But looking back, I understand now, that season wasn't punishment, it was preparation. If I hadn't gone through that, I wouldn't be the man I am today. I wouldn't appreciate what I have now. I wouldn't know how to handle this kind of pressure, this kind of spotlight, this kind of responsibility. God wasn't delaying me, He was developing me. You got to get that in your spirit. Just because it's taking time doesn't mean it's not happening. Some things take time to mature. Some dreams need seasons to grow. Some prayers take time to be answered. But when they are, they hit different. They come with peace. They come with power. They come with purpose. You can't microwave purpose. You can't rush calling. And you sure can't fast forward growth. It don't work like that. You got to live it. You got to learn it. You got to walk through it. And while you're walking, you have to resist the urge to keep looking around like they got there before me. That ain't your business. Let them go, wish them well, but don't let it make you doubt your own direction. I've seen people who seemed like they had everything, money, fame, success, and yet they were miserable because they chased someone else's dream. They lived someone else's timeline. They climbed a ladder that was leaning against the wrong wall. And now they're sitting there with all the stuff they thought would make them happy, empty. You don't want that. You want your life. You want the life that was built just for you with your lessons, your purpose, your blessings, and your journey. That means you're going to have to stop trying to keep up with people who ain't even going where you're going. Stop comparing your middle to their highlight. You're still in the making. You're still being molded, and that's okay. Some people peak early. That's fine. You might peak later, but when you do, it's going to be bigger, stronger, more lasting. Why? Because you let it develop. You didn't fake it. You didn't rush it. You didn't follow the crowd. You trusted the process. Let today be the day you stop worrying about where everybody else is. Let today be the day you start honoring your journey, because where you're going, man, is something special, but you're not going to get there doubting yourself every step of the way. So walk your path, take your time, keep your eyes on your vision, and just know everything you're dreaming of, everything you're hoping for, everything you're working towards, it's already in motion. You're not late. You're not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. Your journey may look different, but different ain't wrong. Different is divine. You ever wondered why you're so unique? Why, out of the billions of people on this planet, you're the only one with your exact DNA? You're the only one with your combination of talents, experiences, dreams, and struggles? Let me tell you why. Because God gave you a gift that nobody else has, a gift that's designed specifically for you. You weren't born by accident. Your existence is purpose-filled, and that purpose is connected to a gift that's yours and yours alone. But here's the thing. You can't look at somebody else's gift and think it's the same as yours. You can't look at someone else's blessing and assume you should have it too. I've heard people say, why can't I be more like so-and-so? Or I wish I had their talent. Listen to me. That's the trap. That's the lie. What they have is for them, and what you have is for you. Your gift is different, and that's okay. In fact, that's a good thing. God doesn't repeat himself. He doesn't make duplicates. He makes originals. And the minute you start comparing your gift to someone else's, you diminish the value of what you've been given. You start questioning your own abilities. You start doubting the very thing that was designed to take you to places you've only dreamed about. And that, my friend, is a mistake. Now, I get it. Sometimes it feels like you're not enough. You look around and you see people doing things you wish you could do. Maybe you want to sing like Beyonce, speak like Obama, or write like J.K. Rowling. But the truth is, that's not your path. God didn't put those talents inside you for a reason. Maybe he gave you the gift of laughter, the ability to connect with people, or the mind of an engineer, or the heart of a teacher. Whatever it is, it's meant to serve a purpose, your purpose. You've got to understand this. Your gift may not always be obvious. It might be hidden inside your struggles, inside your failures, inside the moments you've tried to forget. Sometimes you don't even know what your gift is until you've been through something that reveals it. I didn't know I was going to be a comedian. I didn't know I was going to host a TV show. I didn't even know I could be a motivational speaker. All I knew was that I had a gift to make people laugh, and I didn't let anyone tell me that wasn't enough. I worked with what I had. I kept moving, I kept trying, and eventually everything started coming together. See, your gift may not make sense right now. It may seem small, it may seem insignificant, but let me tell you something. Don't ever underestimate what God has placed in you. I've met people who thought they had nothing to offer, but when they found their gift, when they embraced their purpose, it changed everything. The gift was always there. They just needed to believe it was enough. And I want you to know something important. Your gift will make room for you. It will open doors for you that no one else can open. You don't need to chase success. You don't need to chase fame. You don't need to chase money. When you use your gift, the doors will come to you. People will see you for who you truly are, and they'll recognize the value you bring. It may not happen overnight, but it will happen. If you remain faithful to your gift and you don't let comparison distract you, your path will be made clear. Now, here's the thing. You can't chase someone else's gift and expect to be fulfilled. You can't live your life trying to mimic what someone else is doing. You weren't created to be a copy. You were created to be an original. And that means sometimes you have to walk alone. Sometimes you have to step out in faith and do things that other people don't understand. That's okay. That's where the magic happens. There's something powerful about knowing and owning your gift. It gives you confidence. It gives you purpose. It gives you clarity. When you're connected to your gift, you stop worrying about what everyone else is doing. You stop worrying about whether or not you're good enough. You stop worrying about whether or not you belong. Because when you know your gift is unique, you know that you're irreplaceable. This world needs what you have. It needs your gift. It needs your perspective. It needs the things that only you can bring to the table. Don't let anybody convince you that you need to be more like someone else. Your gift is enough. Your path is enough. And your success will come when you embrace the fact that what you have is exactly what you need. You may look at your journey and think, it's taking so long. I'm not good enough. I don't have what they have, but let me remind you, your gift is not their gift. Your timing is not their timing. Your success is not their success. And the more you focus on your own gift, the more you'll see the doors that are opening just for you. And I want to remind you of one more thing. The world doesn't need another version of someone else. It needs the original you. It needs the version of you that hasn't been watered down, that hasn't been altered, that hasn't tried to copy somebody else's path. So stop trying to shrink yourself to fit into someone else's mold. Your gift is yours and it's powerful. It's everything you need to build the life you're meant to live. Your gift is your passport to the life you desire. It's the thing that's going to take you from where you are to where you're meant to be. So own it, believe in it, and never, ever let anyone tell you that your gift isn't enough. Because it is. There's something I need you to understand today, and that is you control your own success. We live in a world where it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that success is something that happens to you. We think that success comes from circumstances, from the right connections, from the right timing, or even from luck. But I'm here to tell you the truth. Your success, your future, your happiness, and your fulfillment are all within your control. It's up to you. And the sooner you realize that, the faster you'll start seeing change in your life. See, we like to blame external factors when things aren't going right. We blame the economy. We blame our upbringing. We blame our job. We blame our circumstances and even our relationships. But guess what? The moment you start looking outside of yourself for the reason you're not where you want to be, you've already given up control. The power to change your life lies within you. It's your mindset, your attitude, your actions, and your choices that determine the trajectory of your life. Not your past, not your environment, not other people. Let me tell you something. I had to learn the hard way. Nobody is coming to save you. There's no knight in shining armor coming to fix your problems, no magic formula that's going to change your life overnight. It's all on you. And I know that might sound like a lot of pressure, but let me tell you, it's the most empowering realization you'll ever have. You get to decide what your life looks like. You get to choose how you respond to the challenges you face. You get to decide whether you let life's obstacles defeat you or whether you use them as stepping stones to reach the next level. So many of us want to be successful, but we don't want to do the work. We don't want to put in the hours, make the sacrifices, and endure the struggle that comes with success. But let me tell you, success isn't just handed out. It doesn't come to those who sit around and wait for it to show up. It comes to those who are willing to earn it. And how do you earn success? By taking control of your own actions. I know this from personal experience. I've had some tough times in my life, and I could have easily given up and blamed the world for my problems. I slept in my car, been broke, and been turned down by so many opportunities. But I didn't let any of that stop me. I didn't let it define me. I made a decision to control what I could control. I controlled my attitude. I controlled my work ethic. I controlled my faith. And bit by bit, as I stayed true to the process, the doors began to open. My success didn't happen by accident. It didn't happen because I had a lucky break or the right connections. It happened because I decided to take responsibility for my own life, my own success. And that's what you have to do too. You've got to stop waiting for someone else to give you permission to succeed. You've got to stop looking for the right moment, the right time, the right opportunity. The right time is now. You can't sit around and wait for success to come knocking on your door. You've got to go out and find it. You've got to work for it. You've got to make decisions every single day that bring you closer to your goals. No one else can do that for you. No one else can decide to put in the effort and make the sacrifices that will get you where you need to go. That's your job. And it starts right now. Here's another thing. Don't wait for the perfect conditions. There's no such thing. People always say, I'll start once I have more money, or I'll start once I have more time, or I'll start when the economy gets better. Stop making excuses. There will never be a perfect time. You're never going to have everything you need all at once. But you know what? If you wait for the perfect time, you'll wait forever. You have to start with what you have and trust that the rest will come as you keep moving forward. Success is not about waiting for everything to line up. It's about starting with what you have and making the best of it. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. Success is hard. It takes work. It takes sacrifice. It takes discipline. But I promise you, it is worth it. The pain of working hard, the pain of pushing through setbacks, the pain of failing and getting back up, all of it is worth it when you see the results of your hard work. When you look back and realize that you created your own success, that you took control of your life and made it happen, there is nothing more satisfying than that. And here's the kicker. You can't let fear control you. So many people are paralyzed by fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of what people will think, fear of the unknown. But I'm telling you right now, fear will only hold you back. Fear will stop you from taking the necessary risks that lead to success. Fear will keep you in your comfort zone where nothing ever changes. If you want success, you've got to step outside your comfort zone. You've got to take risks. You've got to face your fears head on and keep moving forward, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's scary. And listen to me, if you fail, that's okay. Failure is part of the process. It doesn't mean you're not cut out for success. It just means you've learned a lesson. You've learned something that will make you better. You've learned something that will make you stronger. Don't fear failure. Embrace it as a stepping stone to your success. Success doesn't happen by accident, and it doesn't happen to those who wait for someone else to give it to them. It happens to those who take control. It happens to those who make decisions, take action, and never give up. It happens to those who refuse to let circumstances dictate their future. You control your own success. So stop waiting, stop making excuses, stop blaming other people, take control of your life, take control of your actions, take control of your destiny, and start building the future you deserve today. The power is in your hands. The choice is yours. Now, go make it happen.